Welcome back to Just a Bit Offside. I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
It's the Wild Card Weekend Recap Show. Wow, there's a lot of crazy football.
It was a little nuts.
Even the games that we thought would be blowouts were not. It was all fun football to watch. So let's dive right in. The first game on Saturday was the Seahawks went to the 49ers.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people gave the Seahawks much of a chance, but they look good early. They led at the half, didn't
they looked pretty good early.
Yeah.
And then San Fran turned it on.
Yeah. Which I believe it was a 9.5 point spread going into that game. Maybe it was a little tighter, 6.5. Sorry,
I'm not even
6.5.
Yeah.
But Seattle played really great football in the first half, and then the 49ers remembered how to play defense and offense, and things went downhill there for Geno and
pretty much, yeah.
Pete Carroll. Yeah.
Final score 41-23.
Yeah.
So
got a little but if a memory serves, I think it was 17-16 at the half, Seattle.
I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
I know Seattle was definitely up for a bit there for sure.
So all right, let's break down this game.
Sure. Geno Smith had 253 yards, 2 TDs, interception, 3 sacks. It's all right. Brock Purdy.
That guy's killing it right now.
He's killing it.
Mr. Irrelevant.
He had 332 yards, 3 TDs, no interceptions, and he ran in a TD.
This guy was the last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I think the 49ers are built.
Yeah.
Great coach, great defense, and great offensive weapons, like coming out of the yin-yang between Ayuk, Kittle, adding Christian McCaffrey at the trade deadline, and Deebo Samuel. Yeah. And you're literally, as long as Brock Purdy doesn't mess up, like as far as, he did make some pretty weird throws in the first half, but then he turned it on. The fact that there's no interceptions was a great thing. But I did notice that a bit watching the first half, that he didn't make the best of decisions, but honestly, like, how can you complain? They dominated the second half.
Yeah.
Took it down on to the next round.
Yeah.
As well. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, Purdy he got it done.
Yeah.
And he's averaging 11 yards a play, which is pretty nice.
Well, you only need 10.
So, I mean, really, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
You know?
Yeah.
McCaffrey had another solid game, 119 yards rushing, 17 receiving, a TD. Deebo had a solid game.
Christian McCaffrey almost had 2 TDs. It was really close on that second one.
Yeah, totally. I mean, at the end of the day, Seattle just didn't have the weapons. Metcalf had a great day, 136 yards and 2 TDs. But the whole team only had 253 yards receiving, and Metcalf had 136 of them. So,
Kenneth Walker also had a decent game, but it felt like Tyler Lockett was kind of out of it.
Yeah, he didn't have much going on.
So it was all DK Metcalf.
Kenneth Walker, 63 yards, TD. So he was okay too.
Decent.
But really, at the end of the day, San Fran dominated it. Total yards, 505 yards to 332. There you go.
And in our prediction show last week, we both took the 49ers, so no points there. We should mention I have a 5-point lead going into the playoffs after a nice week 18 for myself.
Yep.
So we'll keep this going throughout the playoffs and let you guys know how we do. And make sure you tune in this week for our prediction show coming up on the round 2 of the playoffs.
Right.
All right. So after that game, that was on Saturday.
Yeah.
Then it was the Battle of the Hair.
Yeah.
It was a hair medal.
Yeah.
We're talking 2 glorious heads of hair. Justin Herbert.
Sassoon show.
They have more volume and sheen, and it's the 2 best heads of hair in football.
Easily.
Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence.
It's gotta be the hair, Cotton. It's beautiful, feathered, and lethal. You just don't see it nowadays.
Absolute glorious. It's got to be the hair, Cotton.
I don't know if he conditions or what he does, but even the second when he pulls his helmet off, it's like perfect.
You never, and
it's
there's always
like,
a wave.
It's
it's just
okay. Yeah, it's like, Trevor, can we get an interview? And he's like, hold on.
Yeah.
And there's a fan somewhere.
It's blowing his hair.
It's like the John Woo with the doves. Like, where did the fan come in that his hair is obviously like, and then it's like, okay.
And Herbert's no slouch in the hair
And there's
department.
usually, not this time because it was the playoffs, there's usually a smoke machine.
Yeah. Oh, just behind
him.
Yeah.
So, but this is the playoffs, and they
couldn't. Yeah,
wasn't in the budget.
Wasn't in the budget.
But anyways, yeah.
So anyway, this is a battle of two great young quarterbacks. Great playoff win for the Jags to get here. They had to beat the Titans in Week 18 to win the division and have this game.
Yeah.
Hosting the Chargers. This was a very even match. I think the spread was really close, 2.5.
No, I think it was even.
It was even when we did our prediction show, and it went to 2.5.
Oh, that's right, it did.
Went to 2.5 on the Chargers.
Yeah.
Just that gave them that little bit of an edge. And the Chargers looked good early.
Yeah.
Like 27-0 good.
Well, yeah. And
you almost want to just turn the game off.
Well, and Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions.
We forgot to mention that. No, 4.
4, yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4 interceptions in the first half.
Yeah, so that's why it was 27-0.
It was
just
horrible. If you told me that a team was down 27-0, the quarterback threw 4 interceptions the first half, what my odds are of them coming back to win that game would be 0.
Yeah.
And somehow the Jags did it.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
Of all the credit in the world to the Jags, and Doug Peterson is an insanely good coach.
Oh, yeah.
And he got the Eagles to that Super Bowl in 2018. So I was super impressed with, like, how do you go into that locker room? You're down 27-0. Your quarterback threw 4 interceptions, and motivate them to pull their heads out of their asses and play ball. And they did.
Yeah, it was insane. I'm sorry.
I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe the comeback. That is one for the ages. 27-0.
It was all said and done. Trevor Lawrence went for 288, threw 4 TDs and 4 interceptions. The only quarterback, I think, in history in a playoff game to throw 4 TDs and I think it was
4 TDs and 4 interceptions.
Yeah. I think they said maybe Ben Roethlisberger did it one time.
Maybe,
but it's like not in a long time. So,
but you throw 4 interceptions in the first half, and then you throw none in the second half, but you throw 4 TDs in the second half.
Yeah,
and the defense held the Chargers to 3 points. It ended up the Jags won by 1.
Yeah,
31-30 by the end of it. It was all clock management right there at the end.
Yeah,
not giving the Chargers any time left with the ball, close enough for a field goal. You're down by 2. Huge defensive stops, and they actually win the game by a point. I am insanely impressed.
Well, the Jags have the Chiefs this week, so don't go throwing 4 interceptions in the first half.
You won't recover against the Chiefs.
That's all I got to say on this one. So.
Now, the Jags have a chance against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like any given Sunday.
Yeah.
But you can't, I don't think you could throw 4 interceptions and be down 27-0 to the Chiefs at halftime and have the chance to come back. You have to play a perfect game right from the get out to have a leg up on the Chiefs. So that'll be very interesting. As far as our predictions, I believe I took the Jags.
You did.
Now, that was a coin flip because, and I think we were trying to have a difference of opinion. So it was really a bit of a flyer.
Yeah.
Because I think Justin Herbert overall is a better quarterback. And Dicker the kicker, we should mention this, who we've been raving about this whole season, blew a field goal very close to the end of the game that could have given the Chargers a better lead.
I don't want to talk about that.
No?
I don't want to talk about...
We don't want to besmirch Dicker the kicker?
No, he's a god. No.
So he did miss a very important field goal, and hats off to the Jags for one of the best comebacks in NFL playoff history.
Right. And now, being Tuesday morning, it's the countdown to see if Brandon Staley, the head coach of the Chargers, will be fired because the offensive coach just did.
Yes.
Joe Lombardi was like...
it was Joe Lombardi.
Joe Lombardi.
Joe Lombardi did get fired this morning at the time of recording. He's the offensive coordinator. If heads are going to roll, I mean, one of the teams that Sean Payton is rumored to be interested in is the Chargers because they do have a great defense. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that penalties also hurt the Chargers in the second half.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with Joey Bosa.
They had,
Joey Bosa made some stupid decisions, including throwing his helmet on the sideline. In the first half or the beginning of the second half, he had a game misconduct. So if he got in another one, he would have been ejected.
Yeah.
And he was just arguing with the ref.
Yeah, the Chargers had 7 penalties in total. Too many penalties.
Yeah.
Too many penalties.
So I actually blame Joey Bosa a bit for that. The guy is a very good defensive player. He actually didn't play a lot of games this season because of injury. And then I think that you helped ruin your chances in this playoff game by giving the Jags that many penalty yards with things that are in your control.
Well, you can
like losing your temper.
You can mention that to him. I won't.
He's huge.
If you run into him in an Olive Garden, you can bring it up when you guys are sharing an all-you-can-eat breadstick.
Yeah.
And
you know what, Joey?
Yeah.
You got to watch your temper.
Yeah.
And he's going to hit me with his helmet.
He's going to take that breadstick and jam it right up. Okay, let's go.
Hey-o.
All right.
So Jags epic comeback win. That ends Saturday's games.
Yeah.
There were 3 on Sunday and a Monday nighter. Let's get on with Sunday now.
Miami came to Buffalo. Yeah.
We have to apologize. A brief.
Come on. Yes, a little apology.
In our prediction
a baby
show,
apology.
In our prediction
And
show.
not a very sincere one.
I think it was fair that we didn't give the Dolphins a chance. I don't think most people did.
No.
We took a lot of heat.
A lot of heat.
A lot of it was very personal.
Excessive heat.
And we apologize to Dolphins fans. You didn't win the game.
Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes here.
Yeah.
But nobody, including us, gave them much of a chance because they were starting third-string quarterback Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
And we have to at least admit that the Dolphins defense, who also scored a touchdown, came out to play and kept them in that game against the Bills until the very end.
I agree. But, I mean, come on. They were going to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Third string quarterback.
They just got into the playoffs.
Their starting running back
barely.
got a broken finger. He's not playing.
Mostert's out.
It's not looking good. And honestly, they were this close to winning that game.
They were.
They were so close to winning that game.
They were very close.
And Josh Allen's got to tighten it up. He's got to tighten it up. Oh,
that's not going to go well against the Bengals or the Chiefs.
He's so good.
Josh Allen got real lucky.
He got so lucky. I got some stats on him that aren't great.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, the end score was 34-31. Way closer than anyone in America thought, except for that little area down there in Miami, you know. But
and Palmerino.
That's Montreal. Skylar Thompson, 220 yards, a TD, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. He was only averaging 4.9 yards. You know? So
I don't think again. I mean,
he wasn't.
Skylar Thompson's a third stringer. Teddy Bridgewater, broken pinky. And Tua with a concussion. So you're going with Skylar. We don't expect Skylar Thompson to be an offensive weapon.
Right.
It was Miami's defense that kept them into this game. So Skylar Thompson did his job. Wasn't a great game by Skylar Thompson. But anyway, what are some more? Tell us because Josh Allen made some really not great decisions. And
some really good decisions.
You can have his stats, but one thing I did want to mention was the Bills head coach.
Yeah.
He made some really questionable trying to call timeouts.
Oh, right. I remember that one play. We were on the phone. That happened. Yeah.
So he tried to call a timeout, and it was the play went with a defensive stop, and actually ruined it and gave Miami another chance. The second time he tried to do that, luckily he was too late, and they got a fourth stop on fourth down. So there was some really bonehead calls on timeouts by the Bills head coach, who's had an amazing season, but those were 2 really bad decisions. Sorry, Josh Allen stats.
Josh Allen, 352 yards. 3 TDs, 2 interceptions, 7 sacks.
That's way too many.
And 3 fumbles.
Yeah, there's a lot of fumbles.
It could have been 4 fumbles. I don't even know. But 3 or 4 fumbles. I thought it was 3, but now I'm thinking it's maybe 4. But anyways. Stat I heard this morning was right now Josh Allen is leading the league in interceptions / fumbles with 32.
That's too many.
And Matt Ryan's 28 and Justin Fields is 27.
Wow.
So, but he made some spectacular throws.
Yeah, he's talented enough to make those throws. He's still in the running, I would say, for MVP this year. He's
up there with
but he's got to make some
better
better decisions. And Jalen Hurts.
And Dicker the kicker as well. He'll be top 10 on the ballot. Except he lost the game. Josh Allen, I don't know, man. You gotta. You so want to win so bad.
Yeah.
Like that you make plays that are just too risky. They're just too risky. So anyways, whatever. All right, well, the Bills got the win.
Yeah.
A win's a win. Miami had too many penalties. They had 7. Buffalo had 2. Miami couldn't convert on third downs. They only had 25% of their third downs. Buffalo had over like 56% of their third downs. Third down conversion's huge.
But that's a quarterback issue, right? That's, again, having a third stringer be
But that's
your
what I'm
starter.
saying. That's why a lot of people didn't pick Miami to win, so people can get off our nuts. Because that's why. Your defense kept you in the game, which is great because you sacked Josh Allen 7 times.
Yeah, and you had a defensive touchdown.
But your quarterback only can convert 1 out of 4 third downs. So that's why nobody picked you, and I apologize, but it's not overly sincere. So let's keep going.
We were wrong about how much they would not be involved in this game, that it would be a blowout. So we do apologize for that because the defense kept Miami in this game right down to the end. And I'll tell you this, hear me now and believe me later, that the Buffalo Bills pull this against the Bengals or the Chiefs, they're out. So tighten it up, Josh Allen.
Oh, I don't tell you, but the Bengals didn't play that great against the Ravens.
That's true. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Just saying, So
that was the first game on Sunday. We both obviously took the Bills, so that's a wash as far as our picks.
Yeah.
Next game, afternoon game.
This was the game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
This was the game.
Yeah.
The Giants-Vikings in Minnesota.
We made some interesting calls about this game.
I'm telling you.
On our prediction show.
You made some money.
I did. I was very.
You put a couple shekels in your pocket.
Yeah, I was. I rolled the dice with my feelings about the Vikings, and I actually bet on the Giants, and it paid off. So the Giants won on the road. Incredible win by the Giants, but here's why I chose them over the Vikings.
Okay,
the Vikings actually had 11 wins that were a score or less, like tight games.
Yeah.
If those games had gone the other way and not the Vikings' way, they would have finished the season 3-14.
That sounds about right.
All the games, all those 11 wins that were one score games that they got shouldn't have been there. The Colts getting down 33-0 to the Colts and having to come back and win by 1 score.
Yeah.
There were too many one-score victories. So, and those can go any way. It's one score.
Yeah.
So the fact that the Vikings and the way that the Vikings played against the Packers in Week 17, I felt that the Giants just had a little bit more juice, and that Kirk Cousins is so wishy-washy.
He really is.
Yeah, and really, Justin, they have great weapons. I mean, getting Hawkinson. From the Lions.
I love Hawkins.
He's great. That was a great pickup.
He had the best game out of anybody.
Yeah. They got Delvin Cook. They have and Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen.
And Thielen, yeah. They have so many weapons.
Great weapons, but Kirk Cousins, if they won that many close games against not great teams, then how are they going to do against a team that's really hungry, coming in? It's got Saquon Barkley. Now, don't get me wrong. The Giants have a horrible receiving core.
Yeah.
Really bad. But they have a great head coach, Daboll.
And they got Saquon Barkley.
And Saquon Barkley, who scored 2 TDs, and Daniel Jones played really well as well. So I knew it was going to be tight, but I felt that the Giants were going to win. We made that call on the prediction show, so you can go back and look.
Yeah.
But we picked the Giants to win that game, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm really just surprised that there's beginning of the year, Jefferson went off for 200 and some
he's
odd.
Amazing.
And then he was in the MVP talks and everything else. And even this game, he only had 47 yards.
Yeah.
Hawkinson had 129. Thielen had 50. I mean, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then Dalvin Cook only had 60 yards rushing. So the Giants their defense just shut them down.
Played well.
And Cousins, I just don't know.
I don't believe in him.
I don't know. It's sometimes
I don't believe in him.
Sometimes it's like Cousins, and then other times it's like, God damn it, Cousins. It's like I don't know. I just don't know.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I don't know. I don't know.
All I know is the Vikings are out of the playoffs, and as a Packers fan over here,
well, I'm happy about that.
You're happy about that.
Absolutely.
Now it's weird for me.
You should fire the coach, the offensive coach, defensive coach, whoever's running the condiment stand over in the Sky Bar.
Not enough mustard.
Everybody's out. out of there. Come on.
As an Eagles fan, it was very tough for me to root for the Giants.
Yeah.
Like, extremely tough.
Yeah.
But I did it just knowing I didn't believe in the Vikings, and I was absolutely, my gut was correct. And the Giants pulled off a huge win. Now they go to my Eagles, who are on a bye in week 1, but it's in Philly.
Your Eagles better be...
All I'm saying is the Eagles are better defensively than the Vikings.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
So I feel very confident about that game, but we'll get there in our prediction show later in the week.
Yeah.
We both picked the Giants, so that was a huge upset, and congrats to the Giants on a wicked game. What was the final score? I don't know if we mentioned that.
Oh, no, we didn't. Giants 31, Vikings 24.
There you go.
Another fun stat from that game. Daniel Jones led the Giants in rushing.
That's right, 78
yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that good of a runner, but
he's actually, that was a stat, was the first quarterback to throw for over 300 yards plus 2 touchdowns and get over 75 rushing yards. He's the first quarterback to do that in the playoffs.
That's good.
Yeah.
He's running too much though.
Well, you're gonna get hurt.
You're gonna get lit up. So yeah,
anyway,
don't do that against Philly.
Great job by the Giants. We predicted that correctly. And now the Sunday night game, which literally, it's the same sort of situation with the Dolphins.
Yeah,
the Ravens are in Cincinnati taking on the Bengals, who are red hot.
Yeah,
nobody was giving the Ravens a chance because there's no Lamar Jackson.
Right.
But Dobbins looked really good.
Yeah.
The Baltimore defense played really good. And it all came down to Tyler Huntley's horrible decision of a goal line quarterback sneak for a touchdown. So instead of getting those points, everyone you could see on the replay, and we can show that as well.
Yeah.
It's a great play for us to show you guys.
Yeah.
Everyone was going down as you would with a quarterback sneak. And Tyler Huntley, instead of going with the team and trying to get under there into the goal line, it was a little too far away than right at the goal line.
Yeah.
And he made the bonehead decision of going up and over the crowd and reaching.
He thought he'd do the Air Jordan
with the ball.
Yeah.
And horrible decision. You were too far away for that. Your offensive line, everyone is going downward.
Yeah.
You're going up, and a defensive player from the Bengals smacked that ball out of your hand. He just went, nope.
Yeah.
He Dikembe Mutombo'd him.
Yeah.
Finger shook him.
Yeah.
Right? And then the ball goes in the hands of this Bengals defensive player who had a tough time running 99 yards.
He was like,
he was a little winded.
He was like, let's go.
And he's running. Now, we should say, too, and we could show this part, there was a bunch of Bengals defensive players running, trying to protect him.
Yeah.
And because this guy's so big and not very fast, Andrews, the tight end for Baltimore, almost caught up with this guy.
Yeah.
And got a hand in the back. Which didn't get called. It was close.
It was close. It was very close
to being a defensive push in the back.
Yeah.
But luckily that didn't get called. The Bengals, actually, there was a complete TSN turning point, and the Ravens lost the game solely based on that play.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But Cincy did not play well.
No, not as good as they should have.
Like, they only had a total of 51 rushing yards. Like that.
Mixon had a horrible game.
Yeah, Mixon had 39 yards. Like that was not great.
But the Ravens' rush defense is good.
Yeah, Baltimore's got a great defense, but you gotta get more than that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jamar Chase had 84 yards on the TD. T. Higgins had 37. Halen Hurts had 45. Not enough.
Chase's opening TD was really nice.
Yeah, but they need more. They're going to need more offense going into Buffalo. You're going into Buffalo. You're going to have to light it up in Buffalo.
You got to get the ball into that giant ginger's hands, Hayden Hurst.
You got
that guy. Speaking of hair,
it's pretty nice too.
He's got a full head of orange hair, man.
That's some good old head and shoulders right there.
So Hayden Hurst has to get more involved. Joe Mixon has to get more involved. The Baltimore defense did a great job, and really it was they did. If they had Lamar Jackson, I think that game would have been Baltimore's.
Oh, probably. Lamar Jackson didn't even make the trip, by the way.
Yeah, that's also a sore spot of contention with the team because is this based on his contract negotiations?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even travel with the team to be on the sidelines with a headset, which
Yeah.
most quarterbacks would do if they're injured.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even travel with the team.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Is Lamar even going to be on the Ravens next season? There's so much to dive in about that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, do you have any more stats you'd like to talk about?
No, the Bengals have to score more.
The Bengals needed to win.
You need to, like, the Bills are putting up 31 on you easy next week.
Yeah, it's
maybe more. Maybe more.
I think the fact that the Bills and the Bengals had struggles defensively and offensively against teams that they should have dominated is going to smarten them both up, and we're going to see a very crazy game next week with Bengals now winning and Bills winning, facing each other and having a part 2 meetup after the DeMar Hamlin game got suspended.
I think that's a Sunday afternoon game, I think.
If they were smart, they would make this
I'd flex that game.
prime time as possible because that's going to be in Buffalo because of the Bills seeding.
Yeah.
And then the winner's going to take on Jags Chiefs. So it's going to be one of the best games in the playoffs to see Bills Bengals play each other again since they didn't get to finish that Week 17 game. On to the Monday night game. Holy crap. Oh, I forgot to mention we both took the Bengals, obviously, with the Ravens playing a backup quarterback.
Right.
So we don't get any points for that. We were correct. Bengals won. Now this Monday night game, Tampa Tom hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
We have to apologize to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We didn't give them a lot of respect. We said some things. We said some things about Mike McCarthy.
A little bit.
About him clearing out his office for Sean Payton.
It's still early.
Things were said. I want to take this opportunity to apologize
All right.
to the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and everyone in the organization.
Well, let's ease up on Jerry.
We were wrong.
I'll apologize to Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
This one's a sincere apology. I did crap on you a bit. You know?
Now, in our defense, I'll give you some stats, okay?
Yeah.
Tom Brady is 7-0 lifetime versus the Cowboys.
Right.
The last time the Dallas Cowboys won a road playoff game was 1992, 93 season.
Yeah.
So 30 years. Just putting that out there. Also, the Dallas Cowboys did not play well in Week 18 versus the Commanders, who had nothing on the line.
Correct.
All that being said, and Dak Prescott's his love of throwing pick sixes, all this led us to believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were probably going to win this game.
Yeah.
Dallas was favored. It was close. I think 1.5 or 2.5 on the road.
Yeah, something like that.
It was close. But we gave the edge to the Bucs, who played like crap. And Dallas, Dak Prescott did not turn over the ball. In fact, he threw for 4 touchdowns and ran in a touchdown.
Yeah.
No interceptions.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott played a great game, and we apologize for what we said last week.
True. It's very true.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys played really good football.
Yeah,
well,
we on him pretty good.
I believe they had a shut out the Buccaneers at halftime.
Yep.
I can't remember what the exact score was going into halftime, but Tampa Bay had not scored yet.
Yeah.
And what was the final score? They actually did get a couple touchdowns in the second half.
31-14.
Yeah. So really bad. Tom Brady made some really horrible throws.
Yeah, that interception.
A lot of drops.
Interception in the red zone.
In the red zone.
First one he's ever done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, Prescott came out and he was like, he didn't look great at the very beginning. And I was like, oh,
It was actually a defensive stops.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 0-3 or whatever, or something like that.
Quite a few 3 and outs actually on both teams
to
start.
And then it was just, and then arguably, I feel like Prescott almost played the perfect game.
He played a really good game.
He almost every single time he threw the ball, he knew exactly where to put it. He read their defense perfectly.
Yeah.
He just, it seemed like
what were his complete stats?
It seemed like Schultz was always in the right spot.
Oh yeah, Dalton Schultz had 2 TDs.
He always seemed like he was in the right spot.
Yeah,
I was amazing.
He had the opening touchdown and he got another one later. So those were 2 of Dak's 4 touchdowns were to Dalton Schultz.
Yeah. Dak Prescott 305, 4 TDs, and he ran in a TD.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Averaged again 9.2 yards a play
and no interceptions.
No interceptions.
So
no.
Tampa Tom, would you have any stats on that? Or
351.
Oh, that's more than I thought.
No, it's good because their rush game's garbage.
Yeah.
Really bad, actually.
It's really bad.
In pregame, they were all getting all excited because Fournette was back, and Fournette got 11 yards. Like, that's it. I mean, I like Rachaad White, though.
Yeah, he played good.
I think he only had 41 yards, but I think Rachaad White's a great running back.
He actually made a couple of really good moves to deke out Dallas's defense and got extra yards that more so than he should have.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed with him as well.
Yeah. But yeah, Brady went for 351, 2 TDs, an interception, and 2 sacks. He averaged about just over 5 yards a play.
That's actually not that bad of a
It's not
game.
horrible.
The red zone interception was a horrible.
The biggest thing was, and you and I even talked about it, him and Mike Evans were just not on the same page.
There's only been 1 week where they have this whole season.
Yeah.
There was only week 17 versus the Panthers where Mike Evans and Tom Brady hooked up for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. The whole season, Mike Evans and Tom Brady have not been on the same page. And now that the Bucs are out of the playoffs, the whole offseason conversation is, where's Tom Brady going to play again? Because it won't be with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm telling you that right now.
No.
He's not coming back.
I don't think I don't know how Fournette's contract is, but I don't think they're bringing back Fournette here. But
Mike Evans might demand a trade.
I don't know.
I'm just
saying,
looking good.
Honestly, if Dallas plays this way next week in San Francisco,
they have a chance.
San Francisco is going to have their hands full. I love Tony Pollard.
Yeah, me too. He played better than Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh yeah. Well, they're doing like it's a new way of playing. Like Tony Pollard's a quicker running back, right?
Yeah.
And Elliott's more of a power running back, right?
I agree.
So it seemed like there was even a couple plays where Ezekiel was blocking for Pollard.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's awesome.
That's what Green Bay does well with AJ and Dillon.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon and
Jones.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, that's a good 1-2 punch. And then you got CeeDee Lamb. You got Schultz, who seems to always be open, or at least he was in this game.
You know,
Gallup had a TD and about 50 yards. So I don't know. I mean, I crap on Dallas a lot. It's fun. But like,
as an Eagles fan, that's my second nature.
It's fun to crap on Dallas, right? I mean, come on, they're the most expensive franchise. They're worth $80 billion. Jerry Jones lights cigars with stacks of $100 bills.
Yeah.
Like it's fun to make fun of Dallas. It's fun, right? But seriously, like. They played really good, really good. And I think San Fran, it's going to be interesting. That game, I'm actually really excited about.
I'm excited for that, too. I do want to see San Francisco win that as an Eagles fan and then have my Eagles beat the Giants. Then we should note that this is the first time in about 30 years or 25 years that 3 teams from the same division are in the second round of the playoffs.
That's pretty
cool.
The
NFC East are a bunch of beasts.
All right. Okay.
Hashtag pending.
That's all right.
Trademark pending.
There you go. All right.
So that'll be really interesting. And hats off to the Cowboys. We did say some things more so about Mike McCarthy than Dallas's chances,
and Dak Prescott.
And we Dak pretty good. But
and Jerry Jones.
A little bit. And Jerry Jones' son.
It's fun though. Jerry Jones does to himself though.
He does. He says some stuff.
He says some stuff where you're like, oh, come on, Jerry.
Come on, Jerry. But the Dallas Cowboys, if it depends. If you're the Dallas Cowboys who went to play the Commanders in Week 18, or you're the Dallas Cowboys that took care of business on the road for your first playoff win in 30 years on the road, and you do that again in San Francisco, you're going to give the 49ers a run for their money.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great game. It just depends on which Dallas Cowboys team we see next week.
I'm telling you, if it was the Dallas Cowboys of last night,
they're trouble.
They better eat their Wheaties, because I'm telling you, they had everything down.
They did good.
They had everything down. They were reading that defense like insane. It was just like,
San Francisco does have a better defense than Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. They do have the other Bosa. They have a solid D, and they're at home. So it'll be a great game. I'm actually really excited about all the games in the next week.
Oh yeah, next week's gonna be an awesome week. Yeah, full show.
So in our predictions as well, we both took Tampa Bay.
Of course we did.
We were wrong.
We were really wrong.
So the only one that we got was the Jags.
We were even texting each other last night, and I'm just like, "This is not looking good.
This doesn't look good."
And you're just like, "Well, Chargers were up 27-0.
That's right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's true. And then we got into the third, and then Dallas scored again. And then you're like, oh, maybe not.
This isn't looking good.
I'm like, I don't think so.
So in our season-long predictions, I only got one this week, so I now have a 6-point lead.
Yeah.
You got to make up some ground in the next round.
How is that possible?
There's 4 games. If you get all 4 correct and I get them wrong,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Okay. All right. I guess that could happen.
It could happen.
All right. Well, I guess I'm taking the Jags,
So
the Giants.
take all the road teams.
I don't know who to take in Dallas and San
That's
Fran.
a good flyer.
That's a flip right there.
So make sure you tune in later this week. We are going to have our prediction show for round 2 of the playoffs for coming up for this weekend. So make sure you check us out later for our prediction show and follow us just a bit offside on Instagram for more bonus content. For this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Fish.
Oh, wait.
You didn't think we were going to end the show without talking about Maher.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Did you? Not did this kicker have the yips. All right, a bad case of the yips. The Dallas Cowboys kicker, Maher, missed not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 extra point kicks. Chip shots after touchdowns.
Yeah.
Got 0 field goals, but no field goal attempts.
Yeah.
But all these extra points missed.
Yeah.
Even Peyton Manning and Eli, they have their show.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it was a thing. It was a thing.
It was ugly.
At first, you're like, you miss one, right? You miss one. And the team's all coming up. Hey, high five.
We got you, man.
And then second one, and they're like, listen, man, it's all good, man. The wind, it's all good, you know.
You never know.
Third
right?
one, they're like,
oh, we got a problem. This is bad.
you got one job.
So I'm going to tell you this. If he does
Fourth
that,
one, by the way. We don't want to get to the fourth
if he does this against the 49ers, they're in big trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, he missed 4 extra points in a row. The shocking thing to me, we should give him props that at least the Cowboys let him, and they had enough of a lead to let him keep trying. Because on the 5th touchdown, he finally got one through the uprights. You finally did your job. But we're talking like extra point kicks are not 40, 50-yard field goals. These are close.
Yeah.
This is your job. You should be able to hit these.
Yeah.
And it seems like he was, because the first 2 missed in the exact same direction.
Yeah.
And then he tried to overcompensate to the other way.
Yeah, that didn't
And
work.
then I don't know what happened on that 4th one. It went like over one upright and to the side, like he just missed it. But it was, he had a serious case of the yips, and that is not a good thing when you're going to go play the 49ers next week.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mentally, he's got to be like,
You gotta,
like,
I think they wanted him to work it out, and luckily they had the lead to do that.
Yeah.
But honestly, after the second one, you're like, why not go for 2?
Yeah.
Because then you're eliminating the pressure on the kicker.
Yeah.
And you're making up for the lost points. And for some reason, the Cowboys didn't do that. But I feel they were comfortable enough with the lead to let Maher work his out.
Yeah.
But it was embarrassing. I mean, if I was him, I'd be hiding somewhere right now.
He's fine.
Because it was pretty embarrassing missing 4 in a row.
What you do, you get your phone, you call up Dicker the kicker, and he's gonna suit it out right away.
He's gonna suit up and go play for.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready.
Yeah,
we're out of the playoffs. Dicker the kicker's ready to go.
Coming to the Cowboys.
I'm not sure how that'll work on the contract.
I don't think legally they can do that.
I don't think legally they can do that. But Dicker the kicker's ready.
And anyway, we couldn't not mention the Maher thing.
Well, on the flip side of it, is they just keep hitting touchdowns like they did against Tampa Bay, the way they were against San Francisco. They might be fine. They can just miss every goddamn extra point because they're scoring touchdowns like they're literally, it's Halloween candy.
Like a pinata.
It's like whatever. It's like boom, boom,
touchdown.
touchdown, you know?
Anyway, thank you guys again so much for tuning into the show. We'll see you again soon.